This is my Arduino project. It's a servo that will lock or unlock something dependent on how many knocks are read through the code. And it works with a piezo buzzer, but we're using a button since this is just a simulation. So, uh, when this is locked or unlocked, when this is locked, the red LED turns on, and then when it's unlocked, the green LED turns on, and then when knocks are being detected through this button, then the yellow LED turns on. And then this is how you switch it from or to locked. So its natural state is to be unlocked. So when you run the code, it says that the box is unlocked. And then if you press this button, it will lock the box. And then if you press this button 3 times, then it will unlock the box. And then as you can see, the input of this button is read through A0. And then our servo is read through pin 9. And then these are just basic 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are just 220 ohm resistors and 210k ohm resistors. And then if you look at the code first, we include the servo library, and then we name the servo, and then we declare the global variables in this program. So the piezo is A0, switch pin is 2, yellow LED 3, green LED 4, red LED 5. And then we declare or initialize knock val and switch val, and then we declare quiet knock equals 10, loud knock equals 1053. This is actually supposed to be 100, but it's 1053 because this button will input 1023 into A0. So we also declare boolean locked, and we start it as false, so it starts as unlocked. And then we declare integer number of knocks as 0. And then in our setup, we attach servo to pin 9, which is why it's gray. And then we declare pin modes for all the LEDs and as outputs. And then the switch pin is labeled as an input at 2. And then we begin the serial monitor. We write green LED as high. Servo write 0, so that's the angle of the servo, 0. And then we print a new line in the serial monitor that says the box is unlocked. And then for our void loop, if the box is not locked, then it will read switch pin into switch value. And if switch value is equal to high, then digital write will make green LED low and red LED high. So then it'll write the servo to 90 degrees, and the locked will be true. And it'll print a new line that says the box is locked and delay it by a second. So what this means is when you press this button, it will switch the piezo, or not the piezo, but the servo to 90 degrees, which means that it's locked. And then it'll print the line the box is locked. And then if it is locked, then we read the value from this button into A0, which is this purple wire. And then we check for knocks. It's a function down here. And then we iterate the number of knocks by 1, so we add it to itself. And then we print the result number of knocks, minus or 3 minus, since that's the amount you need to unlock it. I forgot to clarify that it's if the knocks is less than 3 and greater than 0, since we're only going up to 3. And it'll print more knocks to go. And if the number of knocks is greater than or equal to 3, then locked equals false, so it will unlock. And then number of knocks is equal to 0, resets the knock counter. My servo.write 0, so it returns back to the open position, delays it by 20 milliseconds. and then it writes green LED high, red LED low, and declares the box is unlocked. And then here's the function to check for knock. So if value is greater than quiet knock and value is less than loud knock, then it will write yellow LED high, delay 50 milliseconds, and then write it low. So if you press this button, as that's our simulated knocks, then the yellow LED will turn on, and then it will print the value and of the A0 that it's reading into. So then it'll return true. So then it allows it to iterate up here and add plus to the number of knocks. So if you click this button once, it will return true, the Boolean statement. And then since this is true, then it will add 1 to number of knocks. And then it'll say 2 more knocks to go. And it'll also, and then else serial print bad knock value. So then if it does not lie within the certain parameters that we decided as quiet or loud, then it will return bad knock value. It'll print the value that was bad, and then it'll return false. So then this won't iterate. Where is it? Yeah, so then this won't iterate. So we could see the simulation working. It starts with unlocked. Let me just clear the serial monitor first. So it starts with unlocked. And then as you can see, it kind of shifts to like, it kind of rotates a bit, but it's just because servo motors are kind of bad. Well, at least this one looks pretty bad. And then, so the box is unlocked, and then we click this button to lock it, and the red LED turns on. And then if you want to unlock it, you click this button 3 times. And then it says valid knock value of 1023. It's 1023 because that's the maximum that it could read into there. And then it unlocks it after you reach 3 knocks. And then to lock it again, you just press this button. And then the same thing happens. There, the box is unlocked.